Hi, and welcome to Kidney Plugged In. Summer is here. It's time to enjoy the great outdoors and a wide variety of outdoor activities. And on this episode, nephrologist Dr. Megan Borkum joins us to talk about the importance of exercise for kidney patients and how maintaining that healthy lifestyle can improve your kidney health. And since sunshine and barbecuing go hand in hand, the Kidney Wellness Hub, Come Cook with Us chefs Dani and Anja, have a deliciously kidney-friendly, versatile barbecue sauce that will be the star of any barbecue you're hosting this summer. They also share with you an important tip on how to calibrate your meat thermometer that will come in handy as you fire up the barbecue. And we share some important food and exercise safety tips to help you enjoy this summer season while staying safe. So stay with us because this summertime episode is coming up next, right here on Kidney Plugged In.
Summer is here, and in our summer safety series, we have some helpful tips for not only kidney patients, but all of us, how we can stay safe, having fun, and enjoying the great outdoors this summer. Guiding us through some of the do's and don'ts of summer living is Lois Newfield, a renal nurse with many years of experience in the industry. Welcome, Lois.
Thank you for having me, Teresa.
So our first topic is get out and go outside, get moving.
So the healthy summer living, we tend to think that we get busier during the summer, that there's more things going on. We do have to, though, still make a specific point of getting active, getting moving, and to aim for times of the day that may not be as hot, activities that we may not do all year round, that we may only do in the summertime. There is the recommendation, and an average adult should aim for about 150 minutes a week. That doesn't have to all be together. If you can do 5 30-minute segments. If you're walking to work and you walk 15 minutes there and you walk 15 minutes back. If you're there and you're happy, maybe you want to actually start walking to work and then walking a little bit further before you go home so that you're increasing your walking time a little bit each day, so that maybe you're doing an hour of walking a day to get a little bit more activity. Do you have a community center in your area? Does it have a gym? I know we just had Seniors Week and they had free drop-in sessions for people to learn how to use the gym equipment, to learn how to do weightlifting. Not everybody has to be a serious athlete and that's doing the Ironman triathlon or even like the Grand Fondo bike race. Everybody can have fun. Get out, play, have fun, get moving, garden, plant your plants, take a walk on a trail that goes through your community, go for a hike with a friend. I was asking a group of friends kind of what all they were doing this summer. I got chair yoga, pickleball from several people, gardening, walking, lawn bowling. Somebody said they had just started doing seated exercises because they have some challenges. I know in our local dialysis unit, we have introduced little pedal bikes. So you might be able to combine some of your physical activity during your treatment so that they can ride on the little pedal bikes while they're doing their dialysis treatment and get some time in there. Teresa, what have you thought on getting moving and healthy summer living?
Well, certainly all of those are great ideas. I'm not going to do a triathlon either.
Or we'd love to have you join our Walking to Wellness Challenge. We know there are many benefits to walking. There are 2 parts to this challenge. If you'd like to incorporate a little more movement into your day, learn about our customized exercise snack plan, which has you moving a little bit after each meal. Join one of the information sessions with kinesiology students to receive your personalized plan. Or, if you'd like to walk with others, join or establish a local Walking to Wellness meetup, hosted by volunteers in your community. Visit kidneywellnesshub.ca to learn more.
The main point is just to get out there, as you say, and have fun.
Leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
I can't believe it's been almost 20 years since we met. My whole life has changed. Whenever I felt alone, you were there for me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I couldn't have done it without the Kidney Foundation. And now, I need you more than ever.
So we know exercise is really good for everyone. I think we all accept that. But specifically for kidney patients, there's been a lot of studies in the last number of years showing benefits. Specific things that have been found, so things like mood specifically, as well as improving the symptoms of chronic kidney disease. As a person moves on towards dialysis, we know that these symptoms such as restless legs and cramps, these symptoms get a lot worse. So exercise certainly helps mitigate these symptoms, so it makes these symptoms a lot better. It also helps with general things such as reducing weight and blood pressure. If someone needs to lose weight, of course, just weight management, helping with blood pressure control, helping with blood sugar control. And importantly, it also helps protect the heart. Currently, we're busy with a really interesting study. We know that cardiac disease, so heart disease, is very common in dialysis patients. So we're looking to see if cycling during dialysis can help protect the heart and help prevent the heart from getting damaged in the long run. So we're really looking forward to those results, and a lot of sites all over Canada are involved. So it's nice to see there's a lot of enthusiasm and interest in this topic in our kidney community.
So Dr. Borkum, you talk about cycling, but are there other types of exercise that are also beneficial to kidney patients?
So really any form of exercise is recommended. We generally recommend a mixture of aerobic activity, so things that cause your heart rate to go up, whether it's walking, running, cycling. Then some resistance exercises, so even just small weights, things like Pilates, even just using body weight, and then stretching. So yoga, for example, is very helpful. But to be honest, Deb, any exercise is helpful. Any form of movement, even just taking the stairs at work, is a great place to start. And it's just really important that it's something that you can integrate into your lifestyle, something that you enjoy, and something that keeps you interested and motivated. That's really the key.
I love the fact of any sort of exercise that motivates you, and I think key is bringing it into your lifestyle because you're more likely to stay with it. For someone starting out, how often should they look at exercise? How many times a week, and for how much time during the week?
Sure, so I think it depends where you're starting from. If you may be recovering from an illness or from being in hospital for a long time, or from just starting a new treatment modality, so if you're just starting dialysis, it's always good just to start really slowly and build it up. I think as long as you have a routine, even starting at 5 minutes 3 times a week, and then building it up from there, so doing an extra 5 minutes each session, aiming for a total of about 150 minutes a week of aerobic exercise is the key. But any small amount, as long as you're heading upwards, not staying static, so as long as you're doing more as your fitness improves, as you feel yourself getting stronger, it can take time, but that's okay. As long as you stick with it, you persevere, and you have a routine, that's key.
So you said exercise is good for everyone. Just thinking I just want to make it clear, for patients from the newly diagnosed to those on dialysis to those post-transplant, anyone across the continuum of care can benefit and is okay to do exercise.
Without a doubt. Certainly if someone has, for example, a serious medical condition like heart disease, it is a good idea to chat to your doctor. But in all these studies that are being done, they also look at safety, and not a single one of them has found a safety risk associated with exercise. So exercise is certainly very safe. There may be a few modifications that need to be made, and certainly again that's something you can discuss with your healthcare team. So for example, if someone's on peritoneal dialysis, they may have to clean their exit site after exercising, but generally it's safe for everyone and really is recommended for everyone, even transplant patients. So a recent study has shown that exercising before the transplant, before the day of the surgery, it actually reduces your hospital stay and it helps you recover faster. So really at any stage in your journey, it's highly recommended.
Obviously for patients starting out, always a good idea to check in with their doctor. Any other tips for people that are just starting a new exercise regime?
Sure, so I think find something you enjoy is key. So there's a lot of variety out there, and certain things aren't for everyone. So if you're recovering from an illness, we're not saying you should go out and run marathons, but maybe you'll enjoy doing yoga for 10 minutes in the morning. So really just finding something you enjoy is the key, and finding some variety. And like I said previously, routine is very, very important. And then being patient, I think, is also key, because when one starts on an exercise routine, let's say your goal is to lose weight, it takes a while to get there. So as long as you stick to it and you're patient, you will get there eventually. But you don't get results overnight. But you'll see, before you know it, your fitness levels will improve, you'll have more energy, and you'll reach those goals. It's just about getting there steadily.
Hey, honey, I lost the list for Jason's birthday thing. Obviously, hamburger, cakes. No, not hamburger cakes. Hamburgers and cake. And buns, sausage.
Shocking. Ooh, eye candy.
Is it a full moon tonight? People are being weird. And don't forget to make the Facebook event private this time. Okay, bye.
Can you imagine losing most of something without realizing it? Over time, kidney disease can destroy up to 80% of kidney function before you notice any symptoms. Talk to your family doctor to see if you're at risk and need to be screened. It could save your life.
Can we talk a little bit about healthy eating, summer foods?
Yes, we can. So summer foods and fluid intake and all that do kind of come in together. So with healthy eating, talk to your renal dietitian, talk to your healthcare team, talk to the people that if you're sharing in a dialysis clinic, you can talk to the people around you and talk about healthy eating. Healthy eating should be something that we're all paying attention to. That's not restricted to people along the kidney journey. Everybody should be looking at healthy eating. In the summer, we have so much option for food that is grown locally, food that is easily available in the summer. Things, like the tomatoes that might actually come from a garden rather than being shipped in from Mexico. Things like that. So you do need to be aware of your diet choices. You do need to be aware of the potassium level in the fresh fruits that you might be choosing to intake. Talk to the renal dietitian. See where your boundaries are. Talk to your dialysis team and just make sure that they're aware of, kind of changes in your dietary. Now you're suddenly eating a lot of fresh things out of your garden. So let them know that you're doing this just so that they can be aware of potential shifts in some of your things. If you're choosing to garden, that ties back to getting active and getting out there. So maybe you're choosing to grow your own vegetables, and that's part of your exercise routine and your healthy living routine. Also finding there's so many good sites out there, and the Wellness Hub is one of them, for getting recipes. So don't look at a box of fresh vegetables, don't look at your garden and go, what do I do with that? You planted, it grew and it produced. There's so many ways to get good recommendations. The Wellness Hub is one of them, to get recipes, to exchange recipes with others. There's great cookbooks out there for people that are on the kidney journey to get great recipes for summer eating. And now might be the time to, it's nice to do cooler foods. Your suggestion from earlier on frozen grapes or frozen watermelon, to incorporate that as well in your fluid plans. So with your healthy eating, do remember your fluid balances, do remember your need for hydration and optimum hydration, and find recipes that let you enjoy the bounty of the harvest that is around us in the summer.
That's awesome. And the only other tip that I could add to that, Lois, is simply be really aware of barbecuing things until they're well done, making sure we don't get E. coli, which can cause kidney failure. Well, thank you again, Lois. That's a wealth of information, and it's lovely to have you join us.
Thanks, Teresa.
It's easy to be a community hero for the Kidney Foundation with Returned Express. Just bring your unsorted beverage containers in a sealed clear plastic bag to your local Return It Express depot or kiosk. Print your tags with account number kidney cans, stick them on the bags, and leave them in the designated area. Return It Express will sort, count, and refund your deposit to the Kidney Foundation BC and Yukon account. It's that easy. Find out more at kidney.ca/kidneycans.
We're going to start now by making our low sodium barbecue sauce, which we're going to be using to marinate some chicken and tofu that we're going to grill up later. This is great. You're going to have low sodium sauce that you can use quite freely to anywhere that you would use barbecue sauce. So in here, we've got a cup or 8 ounces of strained tomatoes. And all you do is mix everything into this little pot. A little bit of Worcestershire, how do you say Worcestershire?
You're better at it than me. I call it W sauce.
I like that better. Yeah. W sauce.
If someone can teach me how to say it, I will be grateful. And what have you got?
That's apple cider vinegar. Yeah. You're gonna put a little bit of onion powder. And Dani did a great job. And if you look at this, we actually Morton pestle.
We hand ground this beautiful mustard seed. So yeah, so you could just see here, I'll just show you how we've done that. And we have used mustard seed, and then I just drag it along the sides of the mortar, and it just makes a really good paste. And what that does is it's ultimately the freshest spices that you can make when you blend them like that by hand. So we're going to throw that all in.
And if you didn't have mustard powder, I mean, we used mustard seed and ground it because that's what we had. Mm-hmm. If you don't have mustard powder or mustard seed, when I made this at home, I just used some Dijon mustard.
Which would be really nice. It would have some kick to it.
And then here I've got some brown sugar mixed with white sugar.
So what we're doing is caramelizing, right? Because we're heating this up, and the sugar is going to melt, and it's going to be kind of like a caramelly sauce. And then we've got the savory onion, the mustard, and then the sour. Yeah, you've got all the flavor components. You're not going to miss the salt this way, hopefully.
No, it should be lots of flavor, and I just forgot my water. And then about a half a cup of water is also going in here. So what you're gonna do is you're going to have this on a little bit, I don't know how high your heat is. Yeah, it's pretty good. And you're gonna let this come to a boil. And once it's done boiling, you turn the heat down to low, and you're gonna let this simmer for an hour. Make this ahead of time, or make this at night while you're doing everything else, or prepping if you're having a barbecue. And then you can store it in the fridge for about 2 weeks, or you can freeze it. Or what we also like to do, you can marinate your meat. Once this is cooled, make sure you cool it down if you're going to marinate raw meat, and then put that in Ziploc bags, put it in the freezer, and just use them on the barbecue or grill when you need to.
What I love about this is that it saves you a lot of money when you don't have to buy your sauces pre-made. You can control all the ingredients you put in the sauce. We decided to go with this composition, but you can adjust based on your flavor palette and what you like. If you like it more spicy or you like it more sweet, you can adjust that. And what I also really like about this is that it's just so fresh tasting. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't taste like tinned food or jarred food. And you can even use fresh pureed tomatoes. You don't have to use the strained tomatoes. You can use fresh ingredients to make it. So it's got a lot of great flavor, and you're not going to miss the salt, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. And what we've done here too, you're making, I don't know, what does this look like it's going to make? It's going to boil down by about half. Mm-hmm. So you're not using so much, right? Sometimes you buy the whole jar of barbecue sauce and you end up throwing stuff away if you're worried about it expiring in your fridge. Here you can make just what you need and then use it, so that again is going to save you money. So I'm going to turn this heat down, and we're going to let that simmer for an hour as we move on to make the rest of our side dishes. So you can see as the sauce has been reducing for an hour, it has quite thickened up a lot. So that's going to make a really nice marinade or barbecue sauce to add to your burgers or marinate your meat or tofu.
Let's see, so kidney is these are my grandpa's kidney stones. They're very precious. Kidney is a bone in your back that helps you turn. I don't know, to be honest.
They don't know kidneys are vital, do you? Get the facts at kidney.ca.
Okay, well, great to have everyone outside with us in the backyard today, and we're going to grill up some of our chicken and tofu that's marinated in the barbecue sauce we just made inside.
So what I've done is I've heated the barbecue up to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've got it seasoned with oil, which means that I've put some vegetable oil on the grill with a paper towel, just rubbed it on.
So folks, what we're doing here for our food safety portion, we're using one utensil. Since we're outside, it's a little bit harder to turn around and wash your utensils. We've got the fork here for our raw chicken, and then we've got a separate side with our, what are those called? Tongs, and our separate plate. So Dani's really working to just use that fork and keep it with the raw juices and the raw barbecue sauce and the raw chicken.
So if you're taking this marinated to a picnic, you really need to make sure that you keep the chicken cold. So at refrigerator temperature between 4 degrees and 10 degrees Celsius. So you might need a cooling pack or some ice packs if you're bringing it to the beach to grill. But I had these in the fridge, right, to chill right before grilling.
Yeah, and as you take it out, you only want your raw food and even your cooked meat and poultry and fish to only sit outside in the hot summer months only for 1 hour and at room temperature for 2 hours. So really make sure you're promptly cooking and then promptly cooling or eating your food.
It's also better to probably grill your protein and then freeze it rather than, keep it ungrilled and raw in the freezer. It is better to cook it first, but you could also have this in a Ziploc bag marinated in the freezer and pull it out. When you freeze things, you're really slowing down the growth of bacteria. When you are heating them like this, you are basically killing off whatever pathogenic or sick-making bacteria is in the food. So the spot, which is the danger zone at which bacteria like to grow, it's kind of room temperature and summer weather temperature. So it's really, really important to be extra careful. It's very easy to get sick eating foods that you keep in the danger zone, and most of the time foodborne illness happens at home, doesn't really happen in restaurants. They have really strict guidelines. So it's really important to take care at home and to protect everyone around you and yourself.
Well, how long are we grilling this chicken? And did we mention we've also got some tofu on there? Again, we always like to bring in those plant-based proteins. So I've done the exact same thing. With the tofu, we just put some barbecue sauce on it, let it marinate in the fridge, and then we brought it out on the plates and are gonna grill it a few minutes aside. The tofu you want just until it gets a little bit charred. You don't have to worry as much about cross-contamination or internal temperatures for tofu as you do with the chicken, because the tofu is a plant-based protein.
It's great to include some plant-based proteins for people who want to include, plant-based eating in their life. Doesn't all have to be animal-based. When we think barbecue, we always think meat, but we could certainly grill all our vegetables on the barbecue. We can grill tofu, grill bean patties. Wherever you would use meat to make something for the grill, you can substitute a plant-based option. Basically, what you want to do is make sure you've got good high heat. And I just learned about the 70-30 rule. So you want to make sure that 70% is on one side, the first side. You don't want to turn over the protein too quickly, because then you're not really cooking the inside as well. So you want to make sure 70% of the time is spent on one side, and then you flip it over and finish the process.
The other point I'll make about the plant-based protein, it's not much in the media anymore, but there was always saying, oh, barbecue season, that's where you get all those carcinogens. And where it is in the meats when they're getting black and burned. But we're using tofu. If you're grilling vegetables, that's a really good way to still get your barbecue and get outside and get those different flavors without worrying so much about the carcinogens.
Great. So about 4 or 5 minutes have gone by, and I'm smelling the caramelization from the barbecue sauce that we had. So I'm just gonna flip over these chicken pieces, and I've used thigh, which is really good because it's already quite fatty, and it makes for a really nice barbecue option because it doesn't lose moisture as much as chicken breast would.
So we're flipping with one set of tongs, and then we will go in and wash these before we use them because that one side was raw. So really extra food safety, something to keep in mind. you do want to be going back in, washing your tongs, making sure you have a clean plate when you're going to put. Good to have everything ready so that when it's hot and ready, so you're not worried about overcooking, you've already got everything set to go.
Okay, looks like we are ready to present this beautiful chicken that we made.
Oh, it smells so good. I love it.
The juices are running clear, so this is a good sign. But we are going to do one better and check the internal temperature. This is just beautifully char grilled.
Perfect. Good job, Dani.
Thank you.
We're gonna put it down here. I've got my trusty meat thermometer. This one's not instant read, but whatever you've got, really. And you want to find, so these are quite thin pieces of chicken, so I'm pretty sure they're cooked. But Dani, can I use this?
Yes, please.
To help poke it. You do want to make sure you're not like doing this, right? Because that's not going to be the right read. You want to actually poke the chicken and get a read of the chicken. And you can see the temperature is already going up. If this is properly calibrated, which I think it did,
yes,
it's going to reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit for chicken, and that's going to tell me that it's cooked.
So we're safe, and we're sound, and we're nourished, getting our proteins. Let's go make some more wonderful dishes to go with our delicious barbecue. The way to calibrate your meat thermometer is really, really easy. All you do is fill a glass of water with ice to the top, add cold water to that, and just stick your thermometer in, and you wait till the thermometer reads 0 degrees, and that's when you know you've calibrated it.
If you or a family member are at higher risk of developing kidney disease, we invite you to explore the Kidney Wellness Hub with customized tools and resources designed to help you preserve your kidney health at kidneywellnesshub.ca. Hope to see you there soon.
We're going to start now by making our low sodium tomato sauce. Sorry. We're going to start now by making.
No, wait. Pause. You're good. And then go. Take 5 seconds because they're editing all that.
Oh my gosh. That's how you know we're old.
I know. We're old and we like it. We like what
Are you introducing us?
No, you are.
I am.
Yeah. I'm the sidekick on this. You're the top.
Okay.
Be really, really patient. And I just learned a new tip. Oh, hello. How are you? Yeah, you want some of this. So the crows are smelling what we're cooking and they really, really like it.